Harsh winter conditions make your vehicle work even harder.
Yeah, so AAA has some tips for winter car care.
This morning, we are joined by Brian Bobwitz, AAA Car Care Manager. Brian, we were just talking about how this is information everybody can use. We're so glad you're with us this morning. Let's jump right into it. Talk to us about tires. One of our floor directors asked, what about all-weather tires? Do you need snow tires? Do you not? Talk to us about that.
Okay, here in Maryland, snow tires, you can use them if you would like, but I think a good radial tire, as long as you have good tread, is more than enough. The thing you want to do when you're looking at a tire, there's two different ways. You can use a tread depth gauge. If you use the tread depth gauge, you want to look for anything under 430 seconds. If it's under 430 seconds, that's when you need new tires. Even with the best tires on the road, in the ice, in the snow, in the sleet, you can lose traction. That's the most important part about driving in this weather, is to make sure you have good traction. You can also use the penny trick, turn the penny upside down, put it down in the tire. If you see the top of Abe Lincoln's head, it's time to get new tires. So I think a good radial tire will be fine. Just make sure you have plenty of tread on there, and if you don't, it's time to get new tires.
Okay, and you also mentioned, I know, and the Abe Lincoln trick is so easy, everyone has a penny. You said an emergency kit for your car is something folks should drive around with too.
Absolutely. Get yourself a cardboard box. There's a couple things that you're going to want to make sure you have, just in case for some reason you are stuck out along the road, you're prepared. A lot of times we do a lot of traveling with kids, so you might want to make sure you got a blanket, make sure you have extra coats, hats, scarves, anything that's going to keep the kids warm. Now, I picked pink for this one today because you want to make sure that you have something that's going to be bright in color. That way, if you have to get out of the car,
your jacket,
you're
Brian.
visible. Well, I do wear it once in a while.
What else is in the kit?
Definitely make sure it's something. So you want to use a good car care kit, something that's going to have like reflective triangles in there that you can put behind your car to make sure people keep you visible. Make sure you have booster cables just in case that battery isn't new enough and it does leave you stranded. That way somebody can give you a jump start. Make sure you have a good first aid kit. In case for some reason you have an accident, something happens, and it's going to be a little while before somebody can get to you. Most importantly, make sure you have a good scraper, ice scraper, something with a brush on it. We actually recommend these snow brooms, especially here in Maryland where we can get 4, 5, 6 inches of snow at a time. These are great for pushing the snow off the top of your car, and they're actually soft, so they won't mess up the paint. Maybe keep yourself an extra set of wiper blades in the trunk just in case something were to happen. And definitely keep windshield washer fluid. You're going to use a lot of windshield washer fluid when you're going through the ice and the snow because the road salt does get up on that window and you're going to clean it off many, many times. And keep yourself water, snacks, anything that'll keep the kids occupied, anything that you may need while you're waiting on help to get there.
Oh my gosh, Brian, this is so helpful. I have water in my car. That's it. That's the only thing I have.
I have so many of those things.
You do?
I told you my dad's a mechanic.
Your dad's a mechanic, so you're more
I get them as Christmas gifts instead of the stuff I ask for. So.
Okay, got it, got it. Well, I'm going to be loading up on all that. And your last thing is you're just telling folks to go to a car center and just make sure that you, the expert, check everything before we're going to head into these very cold months. So we love all those tips.
We appreciate so much you being with us this morning, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you so much for having me.